are struggling, they'll probably be hearing you and thinking that you're so far away from them in terms of that ability to be emotionally expressive and just to check in. For a lot of them, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Um, what is it they need? Like, where do they need to start? Is there a place to start?
I think it is difficult, but I also think we have tools to make it easy. So I'm very hesitant to very quickly just say to every man, "Hey, go out there and be vulnerable and whatever," because the sad truth is, a lot of guys have punished a lot of guys for being vulnerable and being themselves, and we have to acknowledge that as well. There's so many times when a guy will go to their friends and say, "Man, I'm sad." And people are like, "You sad? Oh, what are you, a pussy? Oh, look at the guy, he's sad. What do you mean she broke up with you? Come on, get out there, man." And now all of a sudden, the circle that you had that you thought was protecting you has revealed to you that if you show your vulnerability, you're ostracized from it.
It's not safe.
Yeah, so you don't want to be there. And then sometimes it will even turn into a fight. Now all of a sudden people are slapping you or hitting you or punching you because you've admitted that you're vulnerable. And so I think that's another place where young men struggle is like we have to maintain this bravado. And then we see all these influencers online who keep telling us like, yeah, you're a tough guy. That's what you gotta be a tough man. You gotta be a tough man. That's what you gotta do. Never once are they saying to you like, yo, what do you feel? How do you get rid of those feelings or how do you deal with them? How do you process them? Who's your friend that you can like literally sit with and cry with? Do you have one? But I do think we have tools. I think again, gifts and curses. The curse of the online world is that it affords everybody anonymity, and so they can be the worst of themselves. I think the gift is also the anonymity. I think a lot of people will be shocked at how you can connect to a person online in like a really honest and beautiful way because you're safer in a way.
Mhm.
I've made some of my best friends playing like Warzone. When the pandemic hits, I was like, everyone was playing Warzone. I was like, I'll jump on. I'm not really like an FPS guy. And I jumped on and I was decent at it, but I made friends playing this game and would talk to people and you'd regularly meet with them. And some people were assholes, but a lot of them weren't. And the ones who weren't, I would re-link up with and we'd play. And then it goes from talking about the game and talking about your loadouts. And then all of a sudden you're talking about your family and your life and how are things and how's your week been and how's work been and what's going on with your boss and that promotion and that. And to this day, one of my friends, one of my closest friends, a person who I like consider like a brother to me, is from that video game. I never knew what he looked like. All I knew was what he sounded like. And we like know each other because we explored a world that was for all intents and purposes fake and yet the most real experience that we could have. And I think, I look at like Reddit, for instance. I think Reddit's one of the most beautiful communities I've ever seen where a guy can get on Reddit, you can write a post and you can say anything. You can say, I'm struggling with this. I'm having suicidal thoughts. I feel like I don't have a purpose. And you'll be shocked at how many other guys will jump on and go, hey man, I'm in the same boat. Hey, I'm also struggling. I'm also sad. I also, my parents, I don't have a good relationship with them. You'll be shocked at how that community comes around you because there is the safety of knowing that you're not exposing like your name and your face, but you are exposing the thing that's inside you. And so,
Is it a shame that we can't do that in person as well?
oh yeah, definitely. I think it's the biggest thing that's limiting men, you know? I think it truly is. It's one of the biggest thing that's limiting men in society is that we don't have an outlet for our emotions. We don't, so if we're not fighting or competing, then we're just bottling.